Hey, friend, happy Transformation Tuesday. Are you ready for a quantum cage match? If you're confused about law of assumption, law of attraction, how they work, if they're the same thing, or anything else, you are in the right place. And I'm very excited to share this with you today. So, let's go ahead and just kind of jump right in. If you're hopping on live, say hello in the chat. And if there are any tech issues, please DM me to let me know so I can actually know right away. And if you're catching a replay, say hi in the comments. My name is Elle. I'm a self mastery and mindful manifestation mentor. And we're actually, just like I said, we're just going to jump right in today. So, in the next, I'm going to try to keep it at about 20 minutes. You're going to learn what law of assumption is, what law of attraction is, and how they work together to accelerate and sustain your manifestations. So stick around until the end for everything you need to know about using both of these laws most effectively to manifest whatever you want quickly and effortlessly. And real quick, I want to just mention that this masterclass is a small piece of the panel discussion I hosted on the first episode of the Abundant Universe podcast, which you can listen to unedited, uncut, and in its entirety, warts and all, in my Discord community, either today or tomorrow, to get even more perspectives on this particular topic. And the edited, polished podcast will be available everywhere you get your podcasts in a couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. Not exactly sure how long it will take, but I will definitely let you know when it's available. But as a member of the community, you can actually sit in live as we record them, participate in the chat and the Q&A at the end. So please join us so that you can do that. Our next recording is this Friday, and my guest, Becky Shapiro, and I will be talking about our respective spiritual journeys, awakenings, and how energy work played an important role for both of us. So the link is in the description box below. Before we get rolling, here's my little disclaimer. I'm always teaching from my current level of understanding, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because you may have a different understanding than I do, which is more than okay because we're not all meant to understand things the same way. Please be sure to like this stream or even share it if you want, because that gets it in front of more people who will benefit from it. And remember to subscribe if you haven't yet, because it helps you, me, and others who are searching for this kind of information right now. Let me just sort of pop over. Hey, Jenny. Oh, good. I'm sounding good. Love to hear that. Thank you for joining me live. I hope you're having a great Tuesday. Now let's go ahead and dig in. Excuse me. All right, so what is the law of assumption? I'm not going to spend a lot of time on defining terms today. So if you want more information on what the law of assumption and law of attraction are, you can check out some of my other videos or do a search on YouTube, because there is a wealth of information here. But to put it simply, the law of assumption states that whatever you believe and assume to be true is 100% true for you, even if it's objectively false as far as anyone else is concerned. And what you expect to happen as a result of your beliefs and assumptions is what will manifest in your physical reality. So, in other words, you don't get what you actually deserve. You get what you think you deserve, and what you expect to get based on that. Nothing more and nothing less. So does that piece make sense? Let me know in the chat or the comments if that makes sense to you. And if you want a lot of law of assumption information, search for Neville Goddard, Neville, Goddard, Goddard, because he's considered the father of it. But there are many others who have taught it and currently teach it as well. So find teachings that resonate and make sense to you. And what is the law of attraction? Again, I'm just going to define this in the simplest terms for our purposes today, but there's no shortage of information on this all over the internet. Just be discerning about what you consume. That's my little warning on that, my little content warning. But basically, the law of attraction states that like attracts like. So whatever you predominantly think about and feel attracts people, opportunities, and experiences of the same or similar frequencies into your life. So if you're in a positive mindset, good things will happen. And if you're in a negative mindset, bad things will happen. That's the long and short of it, really. So does that one make sense to you? Go ahead and drop any thoughts, feelings, or questions that may be coming up for you in the chat or comments. And let me just take a quick look at the live chat. Makes sense to me. Oh, thank you for typing Neville Goddard in there. I appreciate that, Jenny. All right, cool. We're just breezing right through today. This is going to be a short one. So let's talk about the common misconceptions. So the law of assumption and the law of attraction are the same thing. They are not. They are two different laws, as we just learned, that work together. You have to be high vibe all the time to manifest what you want. That is toxic positivity nonsense, and it's not even true. You can actually manifest things that you want no matter what you're feeling in the moment, because it's more about your beliefs, assumptions, and predominant thoughts than your feelings. It's really your default vibe that matters, because that's what sustains everything. But it's totally okay to have low vibe days, and they will only affect the outcome of your manifestations if you believe they will. So affirm that for yourself in the chat or the comments. My low vibe days do not negatively affect my manifestations, or I can manifest what I want even when I'm low vibe, or whatever resonates best for you. But definitely affirm that, because the only way you can't is if you believe that you can't. Okay? So another one is you should push away any negativity or challenging emotions that you feel so they don't affect your manifestations. Again, toxic positivity bullshit, and a fundamental misunderstanding between what it means to choose what you focus on and, just sort of like shoving things down and not dealing with them. And I talk about this all the time, but essentially you want to actually process and clear your negative and challenging emotions, or they'll just keep coming back louder until you do. But you can absolutely choose to stop worrying about whether your specific person is coming back into your life, for example, and shift your focus to something that makes you feel the way you want to feel in that moment instead. Make sense? Let me know. Here's another one. You can't manifest things that you want because wanting implies lack. That's just superstitious nonsense. Again, it comes down to your belief. So if you believe that you can't manifest the things that you have a lack of, You won't be able to. But if you think that's a silly rule, because it is, it won't affect you. You make your own rules for how manifestation works in your reality based on your belief system. Full stop. Manifesting is hard and takes practice. So, manifestation is one of the most natural things we do, and we do it all the time, whether we know it or not. What takes practice is doing it consciously. And that starts with your belief system again. So, if this is new information to you and you are just starting to understand how this reality works and that your thoughts are creating your 3D reality, um, it's going to take some practice for you to do it consciously. You've been unconsciously manifesting your reality for your whole life. And what I mean by practice is you need to practice everything that you want your belief system to be. So you've got to start rewriting those false limiting beliefs that are not getting you anywhere and change them to something that you want to believe instead, okay? That's kind of the crux of it right there. So that's all the practice you need, basically, is just changing the way that you think. You've got to practice your new thoughts, your new paradigms, your new beliefs, your new assumptions. You've got to practice stepping into a different version of yourself, but you're not changing into a different person. And I think there's a lot of misconception around that. You are excavating the person that you've always been, who you were actually meant to be when you came here, but who you've been conditioned out of being. So it's not changing who you are, it's actually becoming who the fuck you really are. So I hope that also makes sense. And honestly, there are a ton of others. So I'm going to leave it at this, and get to the most important bit, which is understanding them so that you can manifest faster. But what are some misconceptions or just some things that you've heard that don't resonate with you or have never affected your manifestations the way some people claim? Please feel free to drop those in the chat or comments and start a conversation. And let me actually, before I wrap this up, let me just make sure. Yes, my low vibe days do not affect my manifestations. That's right. Makes sense. Focus on it coming instead of the fact that it is missing. Absolutely. Don't look to your 3D reality to confirm anything. All right. So, the law of assumption has a huge impact on the law of attraction. So, if you're just starting out with all of this, I highly recommend starting with the law of assumption and really understanding it before you start consuming too much law of attraction content, because it will confuse the actual fuck out of you. In fact, if you don't really care how it works, you probably don't even need to learn about the law of attraction because it falls into place as a byproduct of working with the law of assumption. But if you're like me and you always want a deeper dive so you can truly understand things, please check out my video, The Actual Science of Manifestation, because it includes the quantum physics and psychology behind how all of this really works. And it goes into a lot more detail on the science of it than I can do today. But to put it really simply, just for the sake of understanding and time, the law of assumption calls on you to change your belief system so that you can start manifesting what you desire. So if you don't believe you deserve unconditional love, for instance, you're going to have a real hard time attracting it or even noticing it when it does come along and appear in your reality because of your reticular activating system, which I have a video on as well. So hit that one up after this too, because it will blow your mind and change the way you think, literally. Or let's say that you have the core belief that money is scarce, but let's dig a little deeper into this one. If you believe that money is scarce, that affects what you assume, predominantly think and feel, expect to happen, and ultimately look for, as well as what you attract into your field. So your false limiting belief that money is scarce keeps getting reinforced. And this creates a really disempowering feedback loop that continues to draw in experiences that seem to prove your beliefs right. But that's not what's happening. What's actually happening is that your beliefs create your reality, and then you look to your reality to confirm what you believe, and it's an infinite loop of suck. You have to realize that your thoughts are creating your reality, not the other way around. That's not to say that you're not having some thoughts about your current reality. I'm sure you are. But if you change the beliefs that aren't serving your greatest and highest good, what you attract, see, and how you perceive it will start to fall in line with your new belief system. And suddenly, money will become abundant in your 3D reality, which will seem to prove your new beliefs right. But it's really just the result of them. I really, really hope that makes sense, because it's the key to getting everything you've ever wanted and thought you could never have. So, do you see how the law of assumption directly affects what the law of attraction brings into your field? Let me know in the chat or the comments. And if you're still watching but haven't liked the video yet, please do so now if you're enjoying it, to help more people see it, and because it gives me the warm fuzzies. Just going to be honest. And leave a comment to let the algorithm know that it should show this to more people if you're watching the replay, because everyone deserves to know that they create their own reality and how to do it more consciously so they can manifest more of what they want more quickly. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, because I really appreciate your support. Let me hop back over to the chat real quick. Yes, law of assumption is the key. 100%. But if you want even more on this topic, please join our Discord community below, and I'll be uploading the entire 1 hour and 49-minute unedited podcast episode either later today or tomorrow. Let's be real, it'll probably be tomorrow, because I'm pretty much done working for the day after this, and I use the word work quite loosely at this point, but you know what I'm saying. And Jenny was actually part of it. So it's a very, very interesting conversation. There are 4 of us talking about it, so you get more than just my interpretations and opinions. You get like a really robust conversation that actually led to some breakthroughs for the panelists. So it's a really fun listen. Maybe especially the super long one. I know that's like very long to listen to, but it's unedited. So obviously for an actual podcast, it's going to become much, much shorter than that. But the polished version of it, if you would prefer that, of the brand new Abundant Universe podcast, will be out in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. But as a member on Discord, you can always sit in on them live if you're able to and hear the wacky hijinks as they ensue. And you can even be a guest if you want, or you can participate in the live chat during the podcast and Q&A at the end. So come be a part of it all. The link is in the description and on the screen. And if you want my help becoming the master mindful manifester, say that 10 times fast, of your reality by learning all of my divinely guided processes for self mastery and mindful manifestation, as well as quantum healing that safely accelerate your healing, your ascension, your self concept and belief system work, higher self alignment, and more. Enrollment in Abundant University is now open, and not only will it teach you everything you need to know to master yourself and consciously create your reality for the rest of your life, but you'll also be certified at the end, which will empower you to use my methods with your clients to accelerate their results so you can help even more people and ethically raise your investment prices. Plus, I will support you in modifying it to fit your needs and your clients' needs better because we're all meant to do what works best for us, which is why I'm so passionate about helping you fully integrate and embody your whole badass multidimensional self as much as possible at any given moment. So if that's something you're interested in, we start on 10/10/22. So check out the description box below for more information, which I've already added. I was going to add it when I hopped off, but I had time before I jumped on. So it's already there, including the links to secure your spot now so you can snag any bonuses that I add. And you can also find my contact info there, as well as on the screen, if you have any questions about the program before investing. So, how are we doing? Are there any questions about anything before I end the stream? Let's see here. Let's see. What am I doing? Okay. Yes, the podcast was amazing. Oh, what were you wowing? I don't remember what I said a couple of minutes ago. A great exchange of ideas. It really was. Come hang out with us on Discord. We're a hoot. Yeah, we are. We are fun, we are silly, and we are consciously creating our realities. So come hang out, trade tips, and just chill with us because we're a fun community. We're going to do movie nights and all kinds of other stuff as well. It's just getting started. So come on in. The water's fine or whatever. The length. Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, we just got another viewer. Hey, we're just wrapping up, but welcome. It's nice to see you, kind of. I don't know who you are, but thank you for joining. This will be available to replay in just a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Come chill with us on Discord. It's fun. You'll love it. I promise. And if you don't love it, you can always leave. Like, it is what it is, but I think you'll love it if you enjoy my content. And I scared that person. Oh, maybe I didn't. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now. I've got some stuff I need to do this afternoon. And thank you so much for watching, especially if you came live. Jenny, much love to you, my friend. I can always count on you. I really appreciate you. Come chill with us. Enroll in Abundant University if you want to take your healing to the next level and your business and all that good stuff. And I will talk to you guys later. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, the replay will be up and available forever and ever as long as this YouTube channel is up. And I will see you guys around the interwebs. I hope you have an amazing rest of your Transformation Tuesday.